We went to the maid cafe. I think we should like talk about what happened in the maid cafe because this is so weird. Like in the maid cafe. In the maid cafe, I don't think Gibby told. Since when did Gibby like stream? Like I'm gonna spoil you right now. Since when did Gibby stream? Like tell me right now because I will tell you everything that happened there because he was fucking drunk. He was drunk and I don't think he'll be able to tell this story. So I will. I don't know if he remembers or not. So this story might be lost in time. He didn't say anything yet. Okay. So what happened was in the maid cafe. In the maid cafe, it was my very first time in the maid cafe, and I was like really nervous, like, okay, how do I act in front of all these maids that's surrounding us? Like, because in a typical maid cafe, they would like humor you, right? They would like, hello, nice to meet you. They all be nice and everything. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you. And then the typical Japanese stuff and stuff like that. So we were eating like our food and we were drinking our drinks, and they would just like stand and like asking like, how are you? Stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Yeah, and the weirdest part was Gibby was so drunk at that point because before we went to the maid cafe, we went for like yakiniku and they had like a bunch of drinks. Gibby went for like a lot. He kept chugging that. He wasn't drinking or sipping. He was like straight up chugging. So like he was like, one more, like, dude, no, I'm fine. He said like, I'm fine. Like drinking is okay. Getting drunk is so fun. And like I only took like 2 sips and no, like 2 glasses of fucking whatever they were having. And I was like, no, because I could already feel like my head hurt. I'm a really lightweight. And they were drinking. I only had like 2 glasses and that's it. They were drinking and to the point where like, okay, I think we should go to some place chill. And Axel recommended like going to the maid cafe and like, okay, let's just chill there instead. And like Gibby was like wobbling. He was running everywhere. Tumatakbo siya kung saan. And I had to hold his hand. Like Axel, Gibby, and I live in the same building. We live in the same apartment, okay? And I am responsible. We are responsible for his bullshit. Like kung ano mangyari sa kanya, kasalanan namin. So we were like binabantayan namin siya. We were like guarding the hell out of him. We were like holding his hand. We were like, you know, he was like, oh, he was like swerving. I don't want to go out drinking with Gibby again, I swear to God. Because last year it was like pretty cute. Like, oh my god, like he's all tipsy and he's like, is that Jurard? I don't recognize your voice. He doesn't even recognize, like, I'm just always like playing out saying like, it's ako to Gibby. Like last year, ganun yun. Like having a full night with him was terrible because I had to like escort him everywhere and wherever he goes. We held his hand and just like stopped, like just literally tried to stop him from running and walking off somewhere. So it was horrible going into the maid cafe and he kept calling the maids like, oh my god, you're so pretty, you're so good, you're so pretty, you're so nice and everything. Oh my god, Gibby. I mean, sure, I mean, they're having a fun time. Like the entertainment there wasn't even the maids anymore. It was like fucking Gibby. Like, I know, like, maids, I know, like, some of them can speak English. Some of them can speak English. Like, which one of us number 1? Stuff like that. And like, you're number 1. You're number 1. And like, oh, thank you. And then, what about me? Oh, you're number 1. And like, the maids are like, oh, you're cheating on me. No, you're all pretty. You're all pretty. And I was like just covering my face most of the time because, oh no, what have we done? Like, would he even remember any of this? And like, what's even worse was like, I don't know if Ruse already told you the story, but like Ruse was like an asshole and Axel was also an asshole to Gibby because they were enabling his bullshit. Like, and the maids were like asking, you need more drinks? Like, oh, I don't need more drinks, but this guy might need more drinks. And like, yeah, he needs more drinks. And like pushing Gibby to like drink more. Like, here, drink some more. And it was Gibby like, okay, all right. And he kept drinking some more. And like, oh my god, dude, I need you to be conscious about this because I don't even know if you're gonna remember all of this. So he kept drinking and he was like getting wilder by the second. Like, oh my god, tangina, like kami ni Octave nagtitinginan na lang. I really tried my best to interact with the maids. Like, there was this one maid that was like with me. She was very cute. She was very pretty. And I was like, nice to meet you. And she could not understand my English. So Axel was like, just try as much as Japanese you can, you know, because, you know, some of these maids don't know English. So yeah, go ahead. So I was like, oh my god, now you're putting the pressure on me. Like, they got lucky because at their side, they can speak English. Like, the maid that I have is like... doesn't know how to speak English. So I was like, passion Japanese, passion English. We were like both trying to communicate with one another. Like I was saying like, you look very pretty, your maid dress is very nice, and in like broken Japanese, and to the point I was like, I'm trying to think of compliments to say to you, and like, but I just can't think of anything. I ended up like just like Nihongo 俺の日本語は悪いんですけどだから頭が You just see Namico. You just see Namico sa ano sa maid sa harap. Like atama ga and just like just making a bunch of like hand language. Like she was like very understanding. She was very nice. Like she was laughing, and you know, because it was like so silly, because she was trying her best to like speak English, and I was also teaching her to, you know, like speak just little bits. So like, is this what you meant? Like it was like a cute moment, and then we ended up having a picture together. Like I don't know what I'll do with this, but I have a photo here right now with that maid, because that's the only maid that I ended up talking like throughout the night. It wasn't the best experience of like talking to a maid, but it was honestly like an effort, I guess. She signed like this photo, and I read it as arigato, thank you. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It's one of my awkward Japanese training in the real world, I suppose, instead of saying arigato gozaimasu, azamasu in convenience stores every single time. My first full-fledged conversation with a Japanese with gestures. Wow, weird dayo, weird. But yeah, what's even weirder was going home, because Gibby was saying a bunch of shit, like, very loudly, and I kept shutting his mouth up, because he kept saying, oh my god, we're All-Stars, we're so great. Like, shut the fuck up, Gibby! Shut the fuck up! If you really don't want to fucking dox us, just shut up! He was like, like, even on the train, even on the way to the train, he was like wobbling and like making some kicking noises and like just what? You're a hater of All-Stars? Like, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Like, I was trying my best. I was literally trying my best to like keep it together. We were close. We were like 2 train rides like away from our place, but it was, jeez, it felt like an eternity. Just like makauwi lang. Makauwi lang, ang sakit sa ulo po, tangina! Tangina mo, Gibby, fuck you! I was so stressed because Axel was like, just chill, man, just let him be. Like, no, I will not, because this is just so fucking embarrassing. Jesus Christ. And I don't even know if he remembers, but yeah, that's the story of us on the way home. Yeah, pretty wild, Dayo. Pretty wild.